Hello. Hello. Just going live on all our social medias. Live. Great, perfect. So it looks like we're live on all our social medias. My name is attorney Michelle Perez. I'm one of the founding attorneys here at Saavedra Perez. I'm here to answer any immigration questions that you may have. Maybe it's something regarding your process, your family's process, just general questions you had about immigration. I'm here to answer any questions that you may have. Again, my name is attorney Michelle Perez. I'm one of the founding attorneys here at Saavedra Perez. And I'm here to answer any immigration questions that you may have. We are live on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So I'm here if you have any questions. Yo también hablo español, pero mi primer idioma es inglés. Pero si tienen algunas preguntas en español, yo también te puedo ayudar. So I'm just going to keep talking until anybody has any questions. If you aren't aware, the new Keeping Families Together Biden PIP, the stay has been extended until the 23rd. And so what that means is that they haven't made a decision on what they're going to ultimately do for the new Keeping Families Together parole. And so the court has extended the stay until the 23rd. We here at Saavedra Perez give our clients the options if they want to file the Biden PIP, the parole in place, AKA Keeping Families Together, or if they want to wait until the court makes a decision. The only caveat is that you could lose the $580 filing fee if for some reason they decide that the Keeping Families Together wasn't constitutional and therefore should never been put in place by Biden. I don't believe that will happen. Keeping Families Together is a similar parole in place like the military parole in place. So I don't believe that will happen, but I can never guarantee. I don't know. I'm not in the courtroom. I don't, have those briefs to kind of give you the gist of their arguments. But that's my take on Keeping Families Together. But if you have any questions, I'm also here. For those of you that maybe are considering Keeping Families Together and are looking for another way, if you do have DACA or TPS, you can apply for what they call an advanced parole, and you can fly outside the country, come back in with an admission. And that would essentially be the same kind of a parole that you would be looking for in order to apply for residency. So I would say if you are in between the two, I would definitely consult with us to see if you can do advanced parole, because right now that's the only sure thing that would be able to give you residency after you return on that parole. But I understand that there's fears on leaving the country when you don't have your residency. So for that reason, Keeping Families Together, Biden PIP, although it's not conclusive if it's gonna stay or not, I would definitely go with that. Okay. And like I said, if you have any questions, you can please ask it on the chat. We are live on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We just came back from this amazing conference. As you might have seen on all our socials, we were definitely posting. Our purpose in that conference was really to get our systems more productive and efficient. So the important thing for us is that clients are informed of their process at every step of the way, and that that you're not just a number to us, you're our clients and we care about your process. So one huge thing that we're trying to do is improve our systems that we use to keep your information, make sure that your cases are progressing within our systems. So we currently use FileVine, and we went to their conference in Salt Lake City, Utah this past weekend, and we learned a lot about technology. I really feel like technology will help us keep our clients' cases updated. And one great thing about our systems is that when someone's case gets automatically updated within immigration system, USCIS, it would automatically update us through our case system, our case management system, which I love because it'll give us the ability to tell you as soon as something is updated within the system. It'll be able to tell us, because immigration doesn't give that opportunity right now. An attorney would only find out updates if they enter your receipt number or if they get something in the mail, and the mail takes like a week or two for any notices to come to the attorney. Usually we tell the clients that any receipt notices actually come to the client usually a day or two before the attorneys. So I would always, I was always looking for a system that would help us update clients sooner. And we definitely found a system that would help us. And so we are investing in technology so we can become better attorneys for you guys and become better advocates, and to help your cases run smoothly with the assistance of technology and AI. And so that's why we invest so much, because we're thinking about our clients and what our clients want, what we would want if we were clients. And some of us were, right? Isabel was scammed by an attorney when she was undocumented. So she knows exactly how it feels to be on the other end, where she is waiting for a decision or waiting for an attorney to do something, and they're just non-responsive. And we don't want to be that way, right? We want to be able to keep our clients informed at every step of the way, and just let them know that we're here for them and they are a part of Saavedra and Perez family when you join us. And we truly, truly do care about your success, and we would be 100% honest with you throughout the process. We invest so much so that we can be the attorneys that you deserve. And that, that can be there for you. And that's what makes us different. That's what we strive for because of our situations. I am a daughter of immigrants. My parents came here from Dominican Republic. And luckily enough, I was an attorney, and I was able to help my dad. I was able to help my mom get her citizenship after I became an attorney. And I was able to get my dad citizenship just 2 weeks ago, actually just last week. And on Tuesday, last Tuesday, my dad officially became a citizen after fighting his case for about 3 years. I am not shy about my dad's case. My dad also knows that I will air out his dirty laundry, and he's fine with that. He was not such a great boy when he was in early 20s, late 19, 20, 21, 22. He grew up in New York City in the 70s and 80s. And so if anybody grew up in the New York City during those times, you know it was rough, it was unjust, and there was a lot of corruption within the NYPD. And so, not to say that that's an excuse for my dad's arrest, but that is, he did get arrested a lot of times during that time. And if he were to ever fly outside the United States, he would have been detained and would have been placed in removal proceedings. Mind you, this is something that happened 40, 50 years ago, and he still would have been detained if he would have flown today and tried to come back. And that's what I try to warn residents, that even though you're a lawful permanent resident, that does not mean that you are safe from immigration. Anything could happen. Your past can come haunt you, and they can deport you based on previous criminal arrests. It doesn't matter if they were 50 years old, if they were, 40 years old. they can still try to deport you. So it's super important that if you are a lawful permanent resident and you may have criminal issues, that you consult with us before traveling outside or before applying for citizenship. There are few lucky people that are able to fly out and come back in without any issues. But like I said, that's just the luck that you may have if you travel. But we do handle people in deportation proceedings and removal proceedings. If you're a lawful permanent resident in removal proceedings, for whatever reason, I would call our offices so we can do a consultation. There is a few different avenues that you can approach if you are in deportation proceedings, just depending on your history. So I would definitely call our offices to see if we can help you. Again, if you have any questions, we're live on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. If you have any questions about your immigration history or you have any questions in general, please hit us up. Ana Valiente, I see you liking our lives. I love you. Thank you so much, Ana. She is such an amazing client, and I'm so happy that she's with us and she believes in us. And thank you, Ana, for always supporting us and being in our lives. And Freddie, thank you, Freddie, for liking the live. Freddie is an amazing, amazing team member. And if you call our offices, you know that Freddie is a part of our legal team. He is an important part of our legal team. He definitely helps us with getting our cases out. You might hear him when he calls you to get some, inadmissibility questions answered, which just history of your immigration case and putting your packages together. He's very, very detail oriented, and I love that about Freddie. And he definitely has his best interest in heart. He also has his own immigration story, which one day he'll share on our lives or our socials. And so thank you, Freddie, for being a part of our team. We really love our team. We are slowly growing, and we just love the people that have decided to come to S&P. It's just a truly remarkable team. So if you have any questions, again, about your immigration status or any immigration questions in general, you can definitely ask on the comments below. Like I said, we're on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and I'm here for you guys to answer any immigration questions that you may have. También habla español. Mi preferida idioma es inglés, pero yo puedo ayudar si tiene alguna pregunta en español de su estatus de inmigración, de algunos casos que tiene de inmigración, o si tiene algunas preguntas del keeping families together, también yo puede responder a esas preguntas. The best that you can do, ask these questions. And if you have a case yourself, I would definitely call for a consultation. We have offices in Fairfax, Virginia, Clearwater, Florida. We also are starting to branch out to different states, but we have clients all over the East Coast, Texas, Hawaii. We have clients wherever because immigration is federal law, so we are allowed to practice in any state. So we're not just in Florida or Virginia. We have clients all over the East Coast, and we can help you no matter what your situation is. Because of COVID, a lot of the immigration courts are now through video, especially if you have an attorney. So if you have an attorney, they will allow you to appear on video. And some courts even say that if you have an attorney, then the client doesn't even have to show, which is beneficial to some clients. And some clients want to be a part of their case. And so, of course, you can also join your court hearing. But that being said, I don't have to fly to New York to represent you in immigration court in New York. We actually have a few cases in New York. We have a few cases in Pennsylvania. We have a few cases in different courts in Virginia, Annandale, and Hyattsville, and Baltimore, Maryland court. So we do have clients in different courts throughout the country. So we can represent you no matter where you are, in whatever part of the country that you are. So let me see. And we're also trying to fly to different states to provide free consultations to the community through nonprofit organizations. So that would be, we've been traveling to North Carolina a lot. So if you're in the North Carolina area, definitely hit us up and pay attention to the social media to see that when we would be in North Carolina. But if you need a consultation, you can definitely call us for a free not a free consultation, but for a consultation. But our in-person events are definitely free, and it depends on where we're going. We have plans to do one in Clearwater, Florida, in Fairfax, and in Charlotte, maybe Raleigh, Durham in the near future. So look out for that in our socials. Again, I'm one of the founding attorneys, Michelle Perez. I'm here to answer any immigration questions that you may have. But yeah, me and Isabel started this firm in February of this year, officially in January. And we started full-time in February because we just felt like we had something different to offer our clients. We wanted to be able to connect more with our clients and show them that attorneys really do care. There are attorneys out there that care about their clients, that have been in their shoes before. And that's exactly what it is. Isabel was undocumented for 10 years, from the age of 10 to 20. She luckily got her green card through her father right before she aged out. Aging out means after you turn 21, you're unable to be a beneficiary under a petition for a father or mother. And so she got her green card just in time. She's been through attorneys during that time as an undocumented individual where they have scammed her and her family. So she knows exactly how it feels to be scammed by an attorney. And that's why we offer honest representation. And we always want to be honest with our clients whenever they have some serious immigration history or concerns. We like to be honest. We, as attorneys doing your consultations, we are able to give you an honest overview of your case. Asylum is a very hard case to win. And when we consult with potential clients, we like to be very honest with them. If their case is on the stronger side or on the weaker side, we're able to determine that during the consultation. And so we'll tell you, here is what we view your case to be. Your case seems like it's going to be weak, or your case seems like it's going to be strong. And so we, depending on what we feel like your case is, we'll take a different approach. So if your case is strong, we want to make sure you win, right? Of course. And so we will invest more into, finding experts to testify in your case. Those experts, witness experts, really do help in establishing that you have a legitimate fear of returning to your country. Those experts are a separate cost, right? It really depends on the expert. And those experts are separate from the firms, Saavedra and Perez. Those are experts that we would look in the community. They might be professors, they might be medical professionals, they might be experts that have testified for other attorneys in the past that maybe know specifics about the country that you fear returning. And those experts can really help in establishing fear and the unwillingness for your home country to protect you. So we love to use experts in asylum cases, especially if they're strong, to kind of give your case a stronger background. So for asylum cases, it's very difficult, but we can establish in the beginning if we feel like it's a strong or a weak case. Now, when it comes to removal cases, a lot of people think that just because I'm in court, all I can do is asylum, especially if you're undocumented, and that is not true. That is false. That is a myth. If you are eligible to apply for a special visa, such as a T visa, a VAWA, or a U visa, you are still able to apply for that, even though it is outside the court's realm. You can apply for those visas, and you can let the judge know that you are applying for a special visa and that you need more time to be able to submit that package and get a response from that package. So sometimes what you're able to do is dismiss your court proceedings and focus just on your T visa, your VAWA, or your U visa. So even though those applications are not in front of the court, you can still let the judge know that you are seeking relief with USCIS, which is outside of the court's jurisdiction, and that you would like your case to be dismissed pending the results of that visa. So we have a few clients that are actually in removal proceedings, deportation proceedings in front of an immigration judge, but they have eligibility outside of that courtroom. So that would mean a T visa, a U visa, a VAWA. So what we usually do in those stances is we prepare the package, we submit that package, whether it's T visa, VAWA, U visa. And then once we submit it and receive a receipt notice, what we do is we go to DHS, which is Department of Homeland Security. These are the trial attorneys, the attorneys sitting on the other side, on the other table. Those attorneys are trying to deport you. And we ask them, hey, we have a visa pending for this client. It seems very favorable. She's gonna win. Are you in agreement that we can dismiss the proceedings with the court? And so depending on the trial attorney, depending on your criminal history or your immigration history and what's been going on with your life, they will make a determination if they will dismiss your proceedings or not. If they dismiss your proceedings, then, and they join in on your motion, then the judge closes out your case in front of court. And then you can proceed with your applications in front of USCIS, right? Now, this is during President Biden's presidency. If Trump wins in November and he starts becoming a president right in January, what happened during his last term is that he got rid of prosecutorial discretion totally. So which this means is that trial attorneys are unable to dismiss your case in front of the court. And what ends up happening is you go through your court proceedings. If you don't have an asylum claim, or maybe your asylum claim is weak, it will get denied. You will be issued a removal order, and you will essentially have this fear that you may be deported. Right now, the President Biden does not give priority to immigrants that don't have a criminal background. But Trump did not have those guidelines. So there was a legitimate fear within the community that if there was a removal order outstanding, that ICE would come and grab you and put you on a plane and put you back home, which is a legitimate fear because it did happen. So it's really important for those US citizens, and only US citizens can vote. Just because you're a resident, you cannot vote in the federal elections. It's very important for you guys to go out there and vote for your community. Right now, immigrant voices can't be heard unless they're US citizens, right? So it's in our power to vote so that we can have favorable outcomes for the immigration community. So US citizens, it's in your hands. We've seen a Trump administration. It was not a good one. There was a lot of immigrants with family just because it didn't matter that they had US citizen kids, didn't matter that they had US citizen spouses. That doesn't guarantee you to be able to stay in this country. So I urge you to definitely go out and vote in November. Your vote counts. And if Trump wins, I am very scared for the immigrant community's future. But again, if you have any questions, my name is Attorney Michelle Perez. I'm one of the founding attorneys here at Saavedra Perez Law. We have a great team here. We are a virtual hybrid office, which that means is that we have offices in Fairfax, Virginia, and Clearwater, Florida. If you ever want to see me or Isabel in person, I live in Clearwater, Florida, and Isabel lives in Fairfax, Virginia, and we are able to see clients in person. We do have offices that we go to and see our clients in person. If you ever wanted an in-person consultation, you can definitely do that if you live in the areas, or maybe you're visiting the area and you want an in-person consultation, or you're a client and you want to discuss your case, you know, a current client and you want to see us in person, discuss your case, you can definitely do that as well. We have the ability to obviously go into the office whenever and meet with the client, but we are hybrid. I'm very proud of our team. We have a team in all in different countries in Latin America. And a lot of those team members have their own immigration story, whether they're family members and immigrant in the United States, whether they were residents of the United States and went back to their country for whatever reason. Everyone has their immigration story, and that what makes us so unique is that we can all put ourselves in your shoes and understand what you're going through, because all of us were once in a similar position where we were immigrants, or our family members were immigrants, or we're trying to immigrate, right, to the United States. So we have we have a great staff that all can relate to our clients, and that's what we love about our firm. And so we love to extend that to our clients and to be able to provide them with the service that they deserve as immigrants. A lot of immigrants don't understand their rights and what they can do and what they qualify for. So that's what we're here for, to let you know, and we'll be completely honest with you, whether you have a case or you don't, and the strength of your case. So I like to tell all potential clients, you know, I cannot guarantee the results of your case. Even though you qualify, there are different strengths, right? So if maybe you have a T visa. T visa is a trafficking visa. It's for victims of trafficking. Trafficking can be human trafficking, sex trafficking, trafficking or a victim of domestic violence, and from a partner. It doesn't have to be a partner that you're married to, but that you were living with at a certain point in time. And a smuggling turned trafficking, meaning when you entered the United States, you were smuggled in, and that smuggling incident turned to trafficking. And there's also labor trafficking. So you were trafficked during employment by your employer, meaning you were forced to do involuntary servitude for that employer. So those are different types of T visas that someone might qualify for, that maybe they didn't know that they could do in the past. And that's definitely a type of case that we love to take on, because it's not something that a lot of attorneys do, because it's very complex and it is very specific. And at the consult, we're very, very honest with you. If we do see that you have a T visa, there is stronger T visas and there's weaker T visas. And so it is up to the client, the potential client. You know, you do seem like you have a T visa, but it's on the weaker side. Do you want to proceed? Like, that's all up to the client. But what we like to do is become honest. We're not trying to sell you just to sell you, right? We're here to help you. And so if we can be as honest as possible and set the expectations in the beginning of a case, I feel like it's more the client being aware that this is the situation, right? Instead of over promising and saying, yes, you have a great case, come on, just for the money. That's not why we're here. We're not here just to take your money. We're here to help you. And if we feel like you don't have a case, then we'll tell you. Or if we feel like you have a difficult case, but it might be winnable, and these are the risks. This is your choice, right? This is your life. This is not our life. This is your life. And so understanding that we want to be completely honest with you. We want you to know all the risks involved in filing something with immigration versus trying to take your money and saying, yeah, you'll be fine. When in reality, that no attorney can guarantee they win any case. And that's just normal. If there's an attorney out there that guarantees that they can win your case, that is a red flag and you need to run, right? At the same time, if you're hiring a notario with not an attorney, or an attorney that says they're an attorney, but really an attorney from outside the country and were never licensed in the United States, please run, okay? Do not hire notarios. They are not specialized in immigration. They do not have experience, the type of experience that immigration attorneys do. They're not able to go to court with you. They're not able to show up to USCIS interviews with you. And that should be a red flag. Yes, they probably charge like $200 to file an asylum application, but they just file an asylum application just to say that they're going to give you a green card, right? And then what you don't know is that they're filing this asylum application for you on basis that you have no idea, right? Or that might be false, and you're flagging yourself and your presence to immigration. Yes, you might get a permanent work permit, but it's going to be short-lived. And in the end, you're going to be placed in removal proceedings. You're going to be placed in deportation proceedings in front of an immigration judge. And if you do not have an asylum claim that is strong enough to pass, and asylum claims are really, really difficult to win, you will get a removal order unless you have another form of relief. So please be careful of these notarios. If they say that they're an attorney, then you should be able to look up their name in one of the state bars, right? I am licensed in Florida. My bar number is 119325. You can look me up, the Florida bar, and my name is there, Michelle Perez. Isabel Saavedra is licensed in New York. And if you look up and search attorneys in the New York bar system, you'll find her information as well. So please be very careful with these notarios or people that claim to be attorneys. You should be able to look up their information. And the right question to ask is, where are you licensed? What state are you licensed? And when you look up their information, you're able to find out if they have any disciplinary records, meaning if anybody had a complaint against them, you'd be able to see that. And you'll be able to see like what the result of that complaint was. And so it's very important because we see it a lot, even with attorneys, we'll see like disciplinary conduct behind them and they've given clients bad advice. And now we have to go and try to fix it. And we do use that bad attorney to help us fix their situation, whether they missed a court hearing or they missed, a court hearing and they got a removal order. I have time for one. I'm a little over, but I do have time for the question that just came in. Maddie, hello. Is there still a hearing for PIP on September 18th? As far as I know, the stay for the PIP is extended until the 23rd. So unless something changes between next week, I would still say that probably on, if not the 23rd, the 22nd, 21st, the 19th, we might have a decision to see if they're going to extend it or not. But right now it's extended until the 23rd. Okay. We'll learn more information next week. And so I would definitely follow our socials if you haven't already so that you can keep updated on what's going on in the court system for keeping families together. I thank you for being on this live today, listening to me. And we're here every day. Isabel's here Monday through Thursday. I'm here on Fridays. So follow us to keep updated on the new the immigration laws. Isabel does them exclusively in Spanish. So please join Monday through Thursday for Spanish, and for English, you can join in on Friday. So thank you, everybody, and I will see you guys next week.